Help, I'm struggling with my sales process and I don't know why. What is it that I need to know? I'm Sylvan Bell. I'm coming to you live from Austin, Texas on a perfect day to talk about sales and a perfect day to talk about closing. Now, here's the thing. Most salespeople don't understand that they lose deals because they're not calm enough in the sales process. And not being calm signifies that you don't belong. And so one of the coolest things that you could do is realize that the closing process can be anywhere from 10 to 20% of the time that it took for you to give your sales presentation. So let's say that you gave a sales presentation that was an hour. So that tells me that you can go through an objection handling process, you can have some concerns, typically for 6 to 12 minutes. Well, most salespeople think like there's this magical one question that they're going to ask and they're going to close the deal and everything's going to be okay, not realizing that they're speeding the buyer through a process that can lead to buyer's remorse. So knowing how long it could take to close a sale and knowing that you have enough content to sit there and deal with a buyer to ask, go through their questions, whether it's you understand anchoring, whether it's you understand how to ask questions, whether it's you how to learn how to tell stories, whatever element or process that you're going to use, just realize that 10 to 20% of the time that you presented is roughly the time that it could take for you to close the deal. So if you're thinking about it and you're like, oh my goodness, I'm trying to close this deal and I want to speed through it, I want to go fast, and somebody's in the back of their mind going, no, slow down, right? It's okay to slow down. It's okay. Like in order to speed up the sales, you need to slow down the process. I have a huge belief in that. A lot of times salespeople want to go fast. They think they're Ricky Bobby. I want to go fast. And it does nothing but create some problems, okay? So if you really want to get good at sales and you really want to know what's going on, you got to remain calm. And one of the ways that you do that is you figure out how long that closing process should take. So take however long your normal sales process is. When I was doing in-home sales, it was 90 minutes. So I would figure that it would take me between 9 and 18 minutes sometimes to close a deal, and then it was no big deal when it took 6. Then it was no big deal when it took 10. Then it was no big deal when it took 20 because I knew that was normal. That's a normal thing to have happen. These are all things that I've learned from taking notes over the last 7 years of writing with salespeople is I pay attention to how long the closing process takes. And you're going to find that there are some buyers that they have a lot of questions, they got a lot of concerns, they want to make sure you're the right person. That's cool. There's nothing wrong with it. Just know that objections are normal. It's part of the process. And, it could take between 10 and 20% of your presentation time. And figure out the math, do it backwards, and figure out what that is. Now you got one thing to do, just one thing. Find the subscribe button, click on subscribe, and then every time a new video comes out, you're going to get an update. It says, hey, Sylvan Bell sent out a new video. You should watch it, which you should. You should watch the video. Send out videos frequently. I've been putting them out in the last 1,400 days in a row. So I've got tons of content for you. Tons of videos will pop up, just so you know that. Find the button, click on it, and you'll get that update for the video when it comes out. Now, click the button. That's all you got to do. Just one thing, click the button. We'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Aloha.